Good morning and welcome. We are live at the Frigair show and we are at stand B21, Eurocool, and I'm here this morning with Philip Tiernison, who is our National HVAC Manager for the GRI Air Conditioners. Hi Philip, good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca.
So Philip, could you tell me about the GRI brand within Eurocool and some of the current products that you are doing?
Okay, so I'll start with GRI and Eurocool. Eurocool prior to 2019 was basically just a refrigeration company, a wholesaler of refrigeration products. And then by 2018 we started planning to bring in air conditioning. And since then we've created a fully fledged air conditioning division within Eurocool. So, but we decided on the GRI brand from GRI Factory. Which turns out to be a very good choice. We had to decide between different factories, different brands, and yeah, we decided on GRI, and then we launched the product range that we currently have in 2019, October 2019, and we've been going strong since. We basically, from the start, we had high wall splits, your normal light commercial cassette ducted under ceiling units and so on, and we are also expanding it at this stage. Later on we will have more products, but more about that later.
Yeah. Could you also tell us something about the GRI factory and how large they are?
Okay, so GRI happens to be the biggest air conditioning factory in the world, if you look at residential and residential air conditioning. Now, residential air conditioners is basically comprises high wall splits, window units and floor standing. So GRI is not the largest air conditioning company in the world, but it is the largest factory for RAC. If you add commercial and so on, there's other suppliers that are bigger than GRI. But GRI does about 400 billion rands worth of turnover every year.
Oh wow!
Massive, yeah. Imagine that. There are some groups in the biggest air conditioning and refrigeration groups in this country are doing maybe 2.5 billion around there per year. GRI does 400 billion.
That's amazing.
They have a production capacity of 60 million sets per year on the residential and light commercial range, and then 5.5 million sets of commercial air conditioners a year. That's your chillers, your VRF condensing units, etc. There's 90,000 people working there,
90,000.
90,000,
That's massive.
of which 20,000 of them are either engineers or technicians. Did I say they've been the 13th largest in the world for the past 13 years? And then, what else about the size of them? Yeah, they're just very big and a very good company to work with.
Yeah, and a good solid brand.
Yeah, a solid brand as well. If you want to see if I'm telling the truth, Google Gree. Then you'll see they are massive, yes.
Yeah. What are some of the strengths in the local market for the Gree air conditioners?
Okay, so every brand has its strengths, and the basic strengths, the main three things about Gree is that they focus on quality, reliability, and performance. And there's other. They're not the cheapest, but neither do they want to be the cheapest because they're focusing on those three things.
You pay for quality.
So quality, I must tell you, having been selling it for the past 3 years, our warranty claims and our failures are minimal. We get one failure basically every quarter. One failure a quarter.
That's almost nothing.
You get other brands where there's 2 or 3 warranty claims a week or a day, etc. We've had, since we started selling aircons, Gree aircons in 2019 October, we've had about 9 or 10 warranty claims.
Sure, that's like almost nothing.
Yeah, and it's just a bulletproof unit with all the safeties that you can find. In terms of that, quality control and so on is right up there. That also goes to reliability. I've told you about the warranty claims, etc. The calls, as you know, Gree was in the country long ago, but we didn't supply it. So the calls we get mostly are for units that are 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, even 15 years old. Then you start losing fan motors and stuff. We get very few calls. The calls that we do get at technical support is when a guy has, there's a bit of a problem with the wiring, or, there's a leaking flare nut, etc. 99.9% of the time, it's not our unit. It's, installation error.
Yeah. And what are the warranties on the unit?
Our warranty is 5 years on the compressor and a normal 3 years on the rest of the parts. But yeah, I also want to, so I talked about quality and reliability. I want to talk about performance a bit because, performance, people say, yes, I just want something to cool me down, make the place a little bit cooler, etc. You get high quality and low quality. It's like cars. You can, if you want something to take you from point A to point B, there's many different cars that you can choose. But if you want to go drive to Cape Town in comfort and so on, and you buy a different car, more expensive one, more reliable car, etc. So you see, performance-wise, where the men are separated from the boys are basically in heating mode. Where there are some cheap brands where you get very little heat out of the units, low off-coil temperatures, bad airflow, the distance, airflow distance, etc. On the Gree side, our units are right up there. They perform, definitely. So that's what I like about Gree. We sell it, and 90% of the new contractors who install it come back, because when they do, they see this is a quality unit.
Yeah. No, definitely. Could you tell us some of the challenges that you've faced in the last 12 months?
So, together with, we've been growing at a rate of knots the past few years, especially from 2020 to 21. We grew a lot, and we had to order more and more. And then we, globally, all of my colleagues, all the suppliers have had issues with shortages of copper, etc. And shipping lines being full, lack of containers, all of these things, the Durban issues in the harbors, all of these things combined made it very difficult for all of us during the past 6 months or so. Even 9 or 10 months. But I think we are busy stabilizing that. So, yeah, that was basically the main challenge for us is on the supply chain side, getting enough units out of China. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's much more stable now, and it's stabilizing as the year is going.
Shipping lines are stabilizing. There's a little bit more space. Containers not that overbooked yet, and so on. And I hope the trouble in Durban is at an end now, because it was basically a perfect storm for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Where many suppliers were out of certain units for 2-3 months.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and it's not like any of us have not ordered the unit, or we don't have enough money to order the units and pay the factories for it. It's getting it here. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Even computer chips that we use in our large units, there's a global chip. There's been a global shortage of that. Otherwise, we haven't had any challenges really.
Okay, no, good. Can you tell us some of the new products that Eurocool will be bringing in on the GRI lineup this year?
Okay, so we just last week we received the shipment with our first rooftop package units. We do only the inverter rooftop package. It's full DC inverter, inverter compressor, obviously DC outdoor motors, DC indoor side motors. It's full DC inverter, and it's very competitively priced in any case. And you know, as you know, the Greek quality. So that's one product that we're bringing in. We're also changing our high wall range from the current Bora and Lomu platform. We're changing over to the Pula range of high walls. Start arriving in about a month from now, which is also an improvement on the previous unit, because we will have Wi-Fi compatibility. It has more fan speeds. It's easier to access, easy to take the airframe apart, to clean the filters, etc. Take that out, getting to the barrel fan, and you know, more fan speeds and so on. It's got a very good self-cleaning system. Yeah, wired control on the inverters, which wasn't the case on our current range.
So some very good.
Yes. And then so the whole high wall range is going to change soon. But then more importantly, from August, September, we will be receiving our first GRI VRV or VRF, the GMV 6 units.
Okay.
Yeah, two pipe heat pump, 3 pipe heat recovery with hot water capability, between 22 horsepower and 24 horsepower, single condensers. Obviously, as a combo, we go up to, I think it's about 88 kilowatt horsepower. With the normal indoor units that get specified and so on. So, and it's a sturdy, high quality VRF, and we're going to support it. We've got the manpower to support it, so we'll start marketing that as well, going into the commercial side.
Some very, very exciting products that's upcoming this year. Thank you for that full rundown. Just one more thing, Philip, before we go. Just what is your outlook, or for the upcoming year for GRI?
We don't have fancy plans for the rest of the year. We just want to get, obviously, the supply chain and everything stabilized now, and then hit summer with a bang. We've if we have the products, we'll sell it. Keep on building the GRI brand and growing it again. Over last year. And because it's interesting, even having a lack of stock at sometimes, we are still invoicing. We are still way ahead of last year. So yeah, that's basically the basics. Getting the basics sorted this year. Other than Frigair that is coming to an end soon.
Yeah. So today is the last day of the Frigair show, and you can still come and visit us at our stand. We are at stand B21 at the Gallagher Convention Centre. Please come and visit us. We're going to be here until 4 o'clock. Come and have a beer with us from about 12. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you.